Hi. In this session, the only equipment I'll be using is an 8kg kettlebell. For safety's sake, I recommend tying your shoelaces well and making sure you're jumping on a stable surface to avoid twisting your ankle. Let's begin the session. Goblet squats can be done without a weight if you don't have one. Place your feet a little wider than your shoulders and rotate them outward. I've rotated mine too far in this example, so less than me, but they also shouldn't be straight. If possible, lower your hips below your knees while keeping your back straight all throughout the movement. Doing skater jumps with eyes closed is a great way to work your balance, but I recommend opening your eyes every few jumps to make sure that you're not going to deviate and hit something. In this exercise, the left foot jumps 90 degrees to the left or outward, and then the right foot 90 degrees to the right. It's an explosive exercise which is also going to help you work your ankle control. It's great that we're doing single leg jumps with changes of direction. Next, we'll do the same as the previous exercise, except this time the left foot will jump 90 degrees to the right or inward, and the right foot will jump 90 degrees toward the left. Hi! In this session, the only equipment I'll be using is a chair. Now ideally, for high jumps, I would be using a plyometric box. I realize most people don't have this at home, and so we're using a chair which is more or less the right height. I recommend watching out when jumping onto a chair, that the risk of catching your foot and then falling and hurting yourself. And so I don't recommend rushing those exercises. And with that being said, let's start the session. In this activation combo, we're going to do some side lunges, during which we should feel a stretch in our inner thigh. We're also going to be activating our hips by doing circular opening and closing motions with our knees. You can choose how many times you do each motion. In this exercise, we're going to jump onto the box with one leg and then drive the opposite knee up with a second jump. For correct form, try and lift the opposite arm to the knee you're driving upward. During these 30 seconds, we're going to alternate right and left leg. In this exercise, we'll use both of our feet to propel our body upward. If you're jumping on a chair, be careful not to catch your foot on the lip of the chair when jumping on top of it. To increase the difficulty of depth drops, we're going to start by jumping. Only do this if you feel comfortable with the idea and you've already mastered proper depth drop form. Hi, in this video I'm going to be using a kettlebell or a resistance band. I'll give multiple variations on the same exercise. Go onto one knee and lean forward until you feel your iliopsoas stretching on one side. Then raise your arms to the ceiling and make your back arch a little. Do this 2 times and then swap what leg you're kneeling on. This exercise will get you working your obliques and the gluteus medius of both hips. The posterior chain is often underdeveloped compared to its anterior chain muscle counterparts, so exercises like glute bridges are a key ingredient to helping balance out your body. We haven't done them in a while, but next we'll do some broad jumps and follow them up immediately with a hop to make them harder. Kettlebell foot dorsiflexion lifts are helpful because they strengthen a muscle in the front of your shin called tibialis anterior. This muscle helps you lift your foot and contributes to a healthy functioning ankle. Hi, only 2 videos to go. Today's video, I'll only be using an 8 kilogram kettlebell. In this session, we'll start by only doing hip activation movements. Make large circles with your knees inward and outward as you walk sideways for 30 seconds. Let's strengthen the hip adductors analytically one more time during this course. This time, let's spend 30 seconds strengthening the tibialis anterior, which helps maintain a healthy ankle. Whether your foot turns 90 degrees inward or outward, let's spend 30 seconds alternating sides and jumping with a mid-air change of direction. Next, we're going to jump and land a 180-degree turn on both legs. Gonna take a deep breath in. We're gonna reach up to the ceiling, stretch, and exhale. Deep breath in, reach up, and exhale. And exhale. Inhale, stretch, and exhale, and relax. Inhale, stretch, 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 and relax. Hi, welcome to the final workout session in this course. Today I'll be using a high step, ideally a step that's as high as possible, and a wall if you want to do the bonus exercise at the end. In the next exercise, we'll try and do the single leg Romanian deadlift with eyes closed. This is a difficult balance and strengthening exercise. We'll alternate left and right legs. To keep this exercise safe, I recommend only closing your eyes when you're in the air and open them again as you reposition yourself. The next exercise will be a reaction exercise where you run on the spot and then jump on one leg in the direction that I'll call out.
Left, back, front, right, front, left, right, front, back, front, left, right, left, back, front.
The next exercise we'll be doing is side lunges separated by some running on the spot. To make this a little harder, you could do some high knees instead of running on the spot. Next, we'll do an ab workout for the last time in this course. If you'd like a bonus exercise, join me for a 30-second wall sit, where we'll also lift up 1 foot at a time. You've made it to the end of the workout exercises. Great work. Let's finish this session with a few stretches. Thank you so much for having gone through all these training sessions with me. I hope you have the time of your life on the slopes this year. And if you had a good experience, I'd really appreciate it if you... Also, if you have comments and things you think should be improved, that means a lot to me. Thanks for watching. Take care.